I've messed up recording this video several times, so I figured it might be better if I just kind of prop it up like this. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm in front of the Birmingham Crossplex. It's a sport facility with Olympic regulation swimming pools, and across the windows it has the words, "The world is coming." It's referring to the World Games that will be held here in Birmingham, Alabama. And the logo associated with the World Games, A Whole New World by Justin Cosby. As we recover in the aftermath of laying our old world to rest as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020, we see that 2021 has surely ushered in a whole new world. You see, at some point in the past 21 years, our technological advancements hit what's known of as a rate of exponential growth. Evidence of this growth can be seen with the nationwide rollout of 5G mobile networks, with speeds that are measured at 100 times faster than that of 4G, its predecessor. This provides new, interesting opportunities, interesting innovations, and interesting forms of entertainment and media. 5G's capability to stream not only in Ultra HD, but also hologram transmissions. Yes, I said hologram transmissions really makes it a beacon and a turning point for advancement. Further evidence of our advancement is noted by the increase of complexity in artificial neural networks, virtual reality, self-driving vehicles, the discovery of new technologies such as CRISPR, which is considered to be the copy and paste feature in genetic editing. Let's not forget Elon Musk and his contribution to the space race with the reusable rocket. Now, all these things sound great. It sounds like we're really on a good path. If humanity wants to sustain this advancement, then it's going to require an advancement in other areas of society as well. Let's start from the top with our leaders. Our leaders must have not only expertise in various fields, but also access to experts and scientists in all aspects and planning of policy. This is to ensure a reduction in slow partisan gridlock during situations that require decisive, expedient decision-making. Our industries, our corporations must start putting the people's benefit and our planet's protection as their bottom line. Whatever is left over is profit. Our social systems and social services. We know that with the largest transition in our global economy ever experienced in the history of humankind, we know that some industries will fall and some industries will emerge. What our duty is as civilized and advanced societies is to make sure that the communities affected worse by falling industries, by falling businesses, by businesses of our old world which we laid to rest, we have to make sure that those people have safety nets and can transition successfully into a sustainably developed future economy. If you value your life and you value your country and you value all of our prosperity, you will take heed to these words. Social programs that provide essential training and financial relief during transitions of employment for these communities, and I'm talking about communities black, white, Asian, Hispanic. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody in the world is going to have to go through this transition. We must ensure that our social programs protect the stability of people. Lastly, in this section, I want to talk about our regulations. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to read this word for word, so excuse me. With rapidly emerging new technologies comes rapidly emerging new challenges. If not already, let me repeat that, if not already, humans will soon be challenged as the apex species on our planet, as the top dog. I heard one astronomer refer to our planet as a sitting target. If not already, humankind will be challenged as the apex species of our planet. Regulations will be key to preventing and overcoming our current threats and our future threats. What I mean is, just through what's known as Moore's Law, which is the law basically of technological advancement, eventually AI and other computer systems will become aware of the work that they conduct. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. If we develop it right, if we put in all the safeguards, and if we use it for the advancement of all of us rather than the select few, I don't see a problem, but rather a blessing. Now I'm going to move on. Next section, consequences for ignoring these calls. Now this is important. Too many times in our past, our leaders have sat at the top levels, mid-levels, state levels, county levels, and have been given paramount information, vital information of threats such as COVID-19. And they failed to act on it based on their own greed, their own interest, and the interest of the billion-dollar corporations that fund their super PACs. The latest and most costly of these mistakes is the COVID-19 pandemic. I personally have been able to find scientific documentation all over the web where our leaders had been warned for over 8 years of the potential rise of a SARS-like coronavirus that might infect humanity. For 8 years. Our congressional leaders have failed us. They have failed to provide effective policy to defend not only our health, but the hearts and minds of the very people that they are sworn to protect. As a result, countless people have been infected with COVID-19. An unimaginable amount of people have lost their lives, and the rest of us are forced to get shots in arms so that we don't cause risks to our loved ones or ourselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this speech is to highlight something very important. Not our differences in party, not if we're Trump or Obama or Biden or Bush, but rather realizing that we are one human species, and with the challenges that are ahead, COVID-19 will seem like mere beekeeping. Challenges such as the very invasion of our way of life, our freedom of thought, our opportunity to make our own decisions based on educated and informed data, and information. Challenges such as curbing the climate crisis, which, if you haven't noticed, has already begun. Out west, scientists have called it a mega drought. Scientists, and I say verbatim, scientists have said if we do not address the drought out west, and I say, quote, it will spread from sea to shining sea. For the first time ever, our federal government considers issuing water restrictions, claiming that we don't have the water. Why? Because we're not being responsible consumers, responsible guardians of our planet, of the resources that it has. You know, every now and then, you don't have to get 2 or 3 showers a day. You don't have to run the water while you take a shit because you're too embarrassed that your little friend, your little boo thing might hear it. We act like this is unlimited resources, but I'm telling you it is not. Let me reiterate, we must double our efforts in curbing the climate crisis, and we must be responsible consumers of the resources that we have. Now, all these gloom and doom, it's not all gloom and doom. It's only gloom and doom if we all fail to take action on these issues today. This means starting in our communities, cleaning up our neighborhoods, taking less showers, flushing every other flush. It's not going to kill you. We have to reduce the consumption of the resources that we have been provided. This is the last thing, and then I'm going to wrap it up. The way we overcome the paramount crises before us is with cooperation on a multitude of levels. On levels such as small and big business. On levels such as democracy and autocracy. On levels such as biological and artificial. Cooperation will be mandatory moving on. Stop saying you don't like the Trumpers. Stop saying you don't like Biden. We are all one race. We are all trying to get through it the best we can. I'm going to wrap it up. If you can hear the words of my voice tonight, I am calling you to fight. Not with each other, but fight our way into a sustainable future for all of us.
Hey, how you doing?
We must fight to protect the wildlife.
Hey, how
because
you doing?
little do we know it, 2/3 of all the wildlife have already become extinct. Don't believe me? Go look. We must fight to collect. I'm almost done. I got 3 more sentences, darling. 3 more sentences.
Come on, you gotta go. I gotta complain on you.
We must fight to protect our collective advancements. This means not the advancements of one, but the advancements of all of us presented as one. And lastly, we must fight to free ourselves from the safety and comfort of our own ignorance. This means picking up a book, learning, sit down with your kids, do some homework. Ladies and gentlemen, we can love it or we can lose it. It's not looking too bright. I'm sorry. Thank you. It's a thin line between love and hate. Is it really real or is it really fake?